Calicronia, Calicronia, Gallimera, Gallimera, Gallimera. How are you today? Can you believe it is now my first news broadcast of 2021? And I bet you didn't expect to see me here this early. Well, here I am. And the weather today, absolutely fantastic. And can I just say thank you to everybody. It's been a very pleasant couple of days. And due to popular demand, I have returned to the airways. I was actually planning on coming back on Monday, but because I know it's the weekend and people are still enjoying themselves as best they can in these difficult times. But I thought, no, I'm going to get back because news keeps moving, things don't stop, and then you just start playing catch up all the time. And it's nice to be ahead of the game, which I think this morning I'm going to be a little bit ahead of the game to the local news as well. Which again, some people are still working and others are not. But anyway, that's the view this morning, looking over the hills towards Kerry and also Amberlockaby, and it's looking really, really nice. Just a little wisps of cloud in the sky, no ominous lookings at the weather. And as we just go around to the other side of the house, looking across to where is it? Looking across to Kalamaki and also Laguna as the crow flies because of the angle of the house. Yeah, it's nice. The sun is bursting through at the moment, through the cloud. And do you know what? Again, it's still warm. It's not cold. Believe it or not, over this period, we've only had the heating on twice, actually, and that's it. We just had the heating on twice. So we're saving money on the electric bill this season. But anyway, that's the weather at the moment. Looking lovely at the moment. Chickens are all behaving themselves this morning. Over there, there's the ladies and gentlemen of the chicken community. Over there, all huddled about. Got one of them up there, sunning herself up in the up on the hedge. Bless her. But anyway, and all the cats, they're all out and about playing around, and they're all safe as well. Right. So, what's been going on in the last few hours? I hope you all had a nice New Year's Eve time with your families. We were obviously locked down, people not allowed to go out, and a lot of people commenting on the gunfire here in Macardo on New Year's Eve. As always happens, everybody comes out with their shotguns and starts blasting and seeing the new year in. And as I said at the time, it reminded me of New Year's Eve 1996 when I was in Bosnia on New Year's Eve, and all the Croatian guards at the camp that we were in started opening fire. People started opening fire across on the island of Brac, where we were located, on the other side of the a place called Debalji Barracks near Split. And you could just see all this machine gun fire. There was even somebody with a .5. God knows where they got that from, but that had been took out from under the bed somewhere and fired into the hills and into and around the area. And I remember Squadron Leader Venturous, a helicopter pilot, wanted to take a Chinook up and on the stroke of midnight fire his flare pots off. However, once he got up in the air, he then realised, as soon as I let those flare pots off, I'm a target. And then tried for about the next an hour and a bit trying to get his Chinook back without getting it shot down. But anyway, that was all in the past. That was all back in the old days. But yeah, it just reminded me of that last night. The noise, the gunfire on the hills. Oh, God, it brought back a lot of memories. And some good memories as well as some not so good memories. But anyway, today, believe it or not, it's the 2nd day of January 2021. If you've got a checkbook still, how long it will take you to start writing 2021 where you put down the date is always interesting. Always remember in the old days, it took you at least 2 weeks to get it into your head that the year had changed, and it was a good way of slowing down check payments as well. Oh, sorry, did I put down last year's date? Oh, I better rechange that then. Just a thought. It's day 56, I think, of the lockdown. It might even be day 57 at the moment, depending on when you started the lockdown from. But anyway, Happy New Year to you all. This is my first news broadcast of this year. And just to remind you, still, you can get your discount, 10% off Magdalena's Bar Apartments for the summer. Just go online, Magdalena's Apartments.gr, get your booking in there, speak to Dennis. book with him. Don't book through me. Book through Dennis because he's got the. Anyway, there's a booking engine anyway on the website, and you can book your dates, and you'll get 10% discount. And that 10% is running up until end of February. And also, just looking online at the moment, some really good deals going on flights with Wizz Air. Also, Jet2 now, they're getting all their stuff together for packages, and also EasyJet as well. So again, let's look forward to good times, all right? So anyway, now on to the news. Right, COVID in the last 24 hours then. We've had 597 new infections that were recorded yesterday. Now that infection rate is down, and let's just emphasise it's down. The total infections to date, 139,447, of which 52.3% are male. Now, we've had 2 new cases of infection. According to the national figures, we've had 2 new infection cases recorded. Interestingly, we also had 3 infection cases recorded just before New Year's Eve. Now, in both of those sets of cases, so this is 5 people at the moment, there has been nothing in the local press as to whether those infection cases are actually here on the island. Just want to remind those people who are not quite understanding what I mean, is when you are tested and you test positive, all right, it's the location from where you come from that is entered as where the infection originates. So you might be in Athens, tested positive in Athens, but because you're from Zakynthos, Zakynthos gets the tick on its box, not the area where its test is taken, but from where the origin of the person who has been tested. And normally what happens, if they say there's 2 infections, the local press would go, oh, let's check up on that. And you would get confirmation from the local hospital, yes, somebody has tested positive on the island, or no, they haven't tested positive here on the island, they've tested positive elsewhere. But at the moment, there seems to be no information about these 5 cases that the national statistics are saying are people who have tested positive. I did check again this morning, but again, still no word as to who these 5 cases, or maybe they're still playing catch up on some of the figures from over the Christmas and New Year time. So we'll keep our eyes open on that. When it comes to death, unfortunately, we've had 43 new deaths across the country. That brings the total number of deaths to 4,881. The average age of those people passing away has been 79 years of age, and 95.6% of those people did have underlying health problems or were over the age of 70. So once again, our condolences to the families for those people who've lost them at this time. Now, as for critical cases, I did say as well that the cases of death were also down as well. Critical cases in hospitals at the moment, yeah, they're actually down as well. They're down to 429 across the country, of which 287 are male, 142 are female. The average age of critical care patients at the moment is 67, and 78.3% of those have underlying health issues and are over the age of 70. Anyway, so that is the critical cases at the moment. They are down. Now, during an interview on Greek television yesterday, AstraZeneca's Executive Vice President and Biopharmaceuticals R&D man, Sir Milos Nicholas Panagoulis, he's Greek, yeah, confirmed that their vaccine developed in partnership with the Oxford University will almost certainly be effective against mutated viruses and will give 12 months protection against COVID-19. However, he also stated that the efficiency of the vaccine after the required 2 doses is around about 70%, and that the protection against the virus begins 21 days after the first dose. So well, basically what they're saying, you still need to have both injections. It'll take 21 days for it to start being effective once you've had the 2 jabs, and also it's only 70% effective. So again, lemsip, that's all I'm saying there. All right. Meanwhile, here on Zakynthos, now it was announced that tomorrow, Sunday, January the 3rd, 102 doses of the vaccine would arrive on our island, which meant that people from medical staff of the General Hospital, doctors and nursing staff, etc., would then be the first people to be vaccinated. In fact, a total of 132 people have been declared, while in the last few days, another 84 people have been declared as those that would get the vaccine. Now, the vaccines would start on Monday, January the 4th, and then they will be given to 25 people every day until Thursday, when the last 27 vaccines of the first batch would arrive in Zakynthos. However, it was learned yesterday on January the 1st that the shipment of vaccines has been postponed, for later. Their shipping date will be announced in the coming days. However, it was not said as to the reason why the vaccines have been postponed from coming here, or what the likelihood of the next scheduled time for vaccination. So now the question is the reason that the vaccine is not coming here is because maybe the island is seen at the moment at high levels as there's no threat. All right. We've had very low cases. Obviously, we got these 5 cases that somebody are wandering around. Maybe they are here on the island, maybe they're not. Or maybe these vaccines now are going to areas like Attica, Thessaloniki, the northern part of the countries, which have had, issues over the Christmas and New Year period. And maybe the vaccines are being pushed towards them because maybe they need it more than what we need it here. At the moment, I'm just surmising that. But hopefully, as time goes on, because remember, it is a Saturday. People have weekends off. New Year's Eve, everything else has been going on. And so, again, catch-up might be in the process and more information will come to light as time goes on. Anyway, on Thursday morning last week, there was a delegation of the Public Labour Center. They staged a protest outside the Public Power Company building. That's the electricity board on the seafront in Zante town. They delivered a resolution to the administration in the wake of the death of the 37-year-old man who was electrocuted earlier this week. This is also the second death of power workers here on the island since last year. Also, the declaration emphasised the situation prevailing in recent years with the lack of staff, increased contracts, divisions and privatisation of the PPC, the degradation, the poor maintenance of the network and the non-observance of the safety measures and the intensification of work. And unfortunately, this leads to accidents, at work. Now, the delegation also said, we express our sincere condolences to the family and the relatives of their colleague who passed away last week due to being, at the moment, there is still an autopsy going on. Still no words back from the autopsy, but everybody's assuming that the man passed away through being electrocuted while at work. And I've got to be honest, looking at the photographs of the building where the death took place, it was in a sorry state of repair. And when you're dealing with high currencies and stuff like that, you'd expect, a better building and a better infrastructure for that kind of thing to go on, because children could have, from the looks of it, easily got into a location like that as well. So anyway, we'll keep our eye on that story. And once again, condolences to the family of the gentleman that was killed last week. Anyway, also interesting, as part of the ongoing efforts to ensure the safety protocols were being adhered to, the Greek police said on Friday that it conducted a total of 77,940 inspections around the country on New Year's Eve and recorded 1,668 violations for failure to wear the mask or observe physical distancing. The police also said that 9,247 inspections were conducted at the airport in Athens, and officers also recorded 8 infringements of safety regulations by private businesses. 5 people were also arrested in Volos in central Greece. But at the moment, no word as to what's been going on here at the moment over the New Year's Eve. If anybody was arrested by the police, I will think those numbers and that will come later, either today or even on Monday. when everybody again starts playing catch up. Also, interestingly, the decisions for the reopening of the schools are likely to take place on Monday, January the 4th. That was the wording just before New Year. Anyway, despite the estimates that decisions would have been taken and announced last Tuesday, the meeting was ultimately fruitless due to disagreements between the epidemiologists and also other experts. However, it remains on the table with a strong case that schools will open either on Friday, January the 8th, or on Monday the 11th. Anyway, among the scenarios under consideration, given the government's intention to return children to their classes, it's not open educational levels at the same, it's not open educational levels all at the same time, and basically let the kindergartens and primary schools open first, and for the high schools and the lyceums then obviously to open at a later date. One thing I've got to say at the moment, we were having this discussion this morning, Jane and I, we know certain poor families here who are relying very much on their children doing their education on their mobile phone. Believe it or not, they tune into lessons. And I feel a bit sorry for these people because some of these tablets that were bought by the municipality have not yet, as far as I'm aware, been distributed to families in need. Also as well, people who don't have a lot of money are still having to pay a phone bill, obviously, to be able to get their kids online to actually do their lessons. And we were saying about how in Britain there were reports that with education, kids are not attending the classes as much. If you ever watch South Park and Carmen, one of the characters, when he attends the school, what he does is he pretends that he's got problems with the link to his teacher on Zoom, and then basically puts a frozen picture up over his camera so he can Skype off. Now, I'm not saying that's happening here or whatever, but I know of poor families here that this extra burden of the kids not going to school, having to pay for phone, and phone is not cheap here. Mobile phone contracts are not cheap here. Even pay as you go, help needs to be directed in some way to recognise some of these families, give them a help up, try and somehow get them online at a cheaper cost than what they're already paying, and also getting their kids to be able to see much better the classes they have to do. And there's quite a few families that we know who are all saying about it's difficult when you've got more than one child sharing a laptop, sharing a tablet, sharing a phone. Also the telephone, the infrastructure for internet here, as I know myself just by broadcasting, it can be frustratingly difficult, frustratingly awkward and expensive at the same time. And it's just one of them things that you kind of feel that, do you know what? Give them some help, give them some more, just stop them having to pay their phone bill just for the period of this thing. Because trust me, the phone companies here, Cosmote, Vodafone, Wind, they're all making a lot of money at the moment through this crisis, because people are using their phones and tablets more for all sorts of things. And Greece is already one of the most expensive places for internet and internet connections. So there you go. That's my little thought-provoking moment for today. Let's have a quick look online, see who's tuning in. Not too many people today. Well, I don't blame you. You're all still getting over New Year. Andy Orchard, I know he's a first-line responder over there in the UK, working for the ambulance service. Nice to have you tuning in, buddy. Ex-RAF Reg buddy as well. Chris O'Gorman, another ex-RAF Reg buddy. He's tuning in as well. Jeff Chadwick, another RAF Reg buddy. Nice you tuning in as well. John Stowell is also RAF Reg buddy tuning in. Nice to see you. Happy New Year to you, sir. Gav Kitchen is also watching as well. Guess what? Ex-RAF Reg buddy tuning in. Nice to see you. Kevin Bell as well. I'm trying to remember. Kev, are you Raf Rage? I'm trying to remember. I know many bells, but anyway, nice to see you here as well, Kev. I'll give you a wave too. Eileen Murphy is also watching as well. We've also got somebody tuning in from Australia, Graham Bint. If you've got issues about PTSD, he's got a fantastic blog on YouTube. Graham Bint in Australia. Again, Raf Reg buddy. He's quite big. He's also an author as well. He's written books on the subject as well. Nice him tuning in as well. I don't know what the weather's like. Well, the weather where he is now, be glorious sun. Well, it'd be like glorious sunshine in the 40 odds. Also, Maret is also tuning in as well. Nice to see you there. I think I've got a feeling you're Swedish from the look of your surname, but nice to see you tuning in as well. Also, Annetta Cristela Fleuria, I think that's how it's pronounced, is also tuning in. I'm not sure where you're from, my love, but nice to have you tuning in as well, my lovely. I think you could be Sweden as well, or maybe even Poland or somewhere like that from the look of your surname, but thank you for tuning in. Norman Hall is also watching as well. Lovely to see you here, Norman. Give you a big happy new year. Also, John Baird, ex-fireman, now builder, he's tuning in, and also school buddy from way back. Anyway, nice to see you. Bit of a soul man as well. He likes his soul. Anyway, nice to see you tuning in there, John. Also, Ian Booth, old Boothie, tuning in as well. Nice to see you as well, Boothie. Hope everything's good for you. And John Baird actually says, Happy New Year, Colin. Thank you very much, fella. And the same to you, sir. Amanda Gregory from up the hill, she's also watching as well. I hope Marley had a very good first Christmas. There we go. Dennis Harriatis, Dennis Halakes, down there in Kalamaki. If you're ever looking for somewhere to go for a nice meal in that location, go and check out Michaelo's. Bit of an institution. We've been there a very long time and always seems to be very busy, all right, whenever I've passed it. Although Dennis would quiver sometimes. But anyway, nice to see you there, Dennis, and he's watching in. I'll give you a wave as well. Sarah Morgan, lovely to have you tuning in as well. I hope everything's good where you are. Nice for you tuning in as well. Jeanette Ferret is also watching. Hilary Rogers is watching as well. Thank you, Hilary. She keeps me on time scale. How many days, Hilary? Is it 56 or 57? Let me know and I'll adjust it accordingly. But anyway, nice to have you tuning in. And also, I hope you had a good new year. I hope you didn't get too much gunfire in your location. Ashley Duncan is watching as well. Nice to see you there. Shane Bowen is also tuning in. Lovely to see you here, Shane. Nailish Terriana is also looking in. I'm trying to remember if that's the same Nailish that I worked with for a briefly at, I can't remember, but it was in Leighton Buzzard. I can't remember the name of the place. I'm just wondering if that's the same Nailish. Anyway, nice to have you tuning in as well. Stephanie Abbey, nice to see you there from Newbury, down in, or Thatcham, shall I say, in Newbury area. Nice to have you tuning in. Matt Pickard is also tuning in. Jane Farrett says, Hi, Ginge. Happy New Year and Happy New Year to you. Stephanie also says, Happy New Year, Colin. Thank you, my lovely. Shane Bowden has sent me a picture of Snoopy. Thank you, Shane. He's waving at the time, Shane, Snoopy. Andy Dance is also tuning in. Nice to have you here. John Mims is tuning in. I hope you and the family had a good New Year. I don't know if Mitch put your special show on. You're probably sick at looking at his shows, but you never know. And Hilary Rogers says it's day 57, Ginge. Thank you for that. I shall adjust that accordingly. I think I said day 56 at the beginning of my broadcast. Stephanie's just confirming her location. She says Walton Hill, Colin, near Thatcham. Thank you. I knew you were in the Newbury area, around that area. Thatcham is not too far from Newbury. Right, okay, that's it from me for today. Got some other good news for you, especially for Heather Nash. Just another bit of news I didn't give you. As a finally bit, I should have given you this quickly. The Natural Environment and Water Secretary of Greece announced on Wednesday that Greece will ban plastic in public sectors, and procurement of single-use plastics will end on February the 1st, 2021. So if you've got any disposable forks, knives, spoons, chopsticks, plates, straws, food, drinks, stirrers, beverage containers made of styrofoam, they're all going to be banned, all right? But the ultimate ban for them will be on the 3rd of July on 2001. So you better start looking at paper, all right, which is a good thing because the amount of straws we use, it's too much, all right, to be honest. And let's give the turtles a chance for 2021. But anyway, just to let you know, I'm going to be broadcasting again today. First show of 2021. Whole new look as well to sort of the online presence for that show. I've been working on that over the last few days, so I'm looking forward to that. It's still going to be called Requests and Inspirations, but it's going to have a new looking image to the show. Anyway, the great thing was my Christmas Day show has risen in the charts. That's now at 62. However, my last show of 2020, show number 22, that has charted incredibly. I'm so chuffed. It's at number 27 in the pop chart. It's at number 9 in the reggae chart, which I think is the highest level it's ever got to. It's number 13 in the soul chart, and it's number 70 in the rock chart. So I'm really chuffed about that. Really, really chuffed. And once again, you can still download it from the Dropbox. Just go into my Facebook page. You can load it there, or you can listen to it online as you're doing your business on Mixcloud. The thing with the Dropbox, though, you get the pictures as well as the sound. With Mixcloud, it's just the audio. But anyway, I'll be back on air this afternoon, 3 o'clock your time in the UK, if you're in the UK. God knows what time that would be in Australia. I don't know. Or 5 o'clock Greek time. Come and join me. I'm still going to be playing some tunes from 2021 that I forgot to put in my last show. I've been getting a bit of an ear hole bending from a few people about, where's this record? Where's that record? Jane especially has been giving me a hard time over one particular tune that she wanted. And I forgot to play Happy New Year by ABBA. Can you believe it? How could you forget to play that? But anyway, I shall be playing that. So if you want a request, just pop it in the below. If you want to tell me what your New Year's resolution is for this year as well, pop that below as well. We'll keep an eye on that, see how you get on with that throughout the year. But yeah, back turning and burning for 2021, staying positive as well. Bringing you any news, any information regards Zakynthos and regards Greece. Plus as well, can I say a quick hello to Greece's daily bulletin board. So pleased that you guys are still continuing to keep your page going. I really do appreciate going in onto your page as well and just getting more information from people all over Greece as to what's happening. And of course, Brexit has now gone through as of yesterday. So again, we'll see how life changes here. But at the moment, let's not all get our knickers in a twist. It's not looking too bad at the moment. There's still a lot more detail to come out, but in principle, I think things are actually looking up, all right? But we will wait and see. Anyway, I've got a last few quick messages to say to some people. Rocky Regan, great to see you here, big fella. Andrew Keach is also tuning in as well. He says, Happy New Year, Ginge. Margaret Miller is also tuning in. Nice to see you. Baz Hansworth is also tuning in. Nice, lovely to see you. Melanie Thompson is also tuning in as well. Lovely to have you tuning in as well, guys. Give you all a wave for tuning in. And also, once again, I will see you later on today. Don't forget, 3 p.m. UK time, 5 o'clock Greek time. And a quick shout to Andrew the Fridge Watkins. Nice to see you. I'm going to say, what's the weather like in Wales? But you can leave that for another day, fella, because I'm going to disappear now. Jobs to be done, things to do. And once again, Happy New Year. And we'll see what 2021 brings. And Galimera. Catch you later. Ta-ra.